Turn it up. It's The Record Machine with your host, Jimmy Howell.
Baby, you said goodbye like I was an afterthought. Said I'd come running back, but instead I bought a ticket with Sky Miles to head to Nevada. Find a pool party and on my first pina colada. I saw the Ray-Ban shade man coming my way in a Mirage at the Mandalay Bay. DJ raving in the middle of the day. Got a 10 with a 10, man, I love this place. They said it's a waste of time, you'll blow your money, leave empty-handed. Well, ain't that funny? 'Cause I'm getting lucky and ain't even played yet. But they were wrong when they said nobody wins in Vegas. We were rolling the dice, betting on sevens. The only thing we lost was clothes and room to 11. Like a roulette wheel, we were spinning around. Blackjack winning every table in town. Champagne popping, we were drawing a crowd. Bet you wish you were with me now. They said it's a waste of time, you'll blow your money, leave empty-handed. Well, ain't that funny? 'Cause I'm getting lucky with every hand I'm playing. Well, they were wrong when they said nobody wins in Vegas. They were wrong when they said nobody wins in Vegas. No VIP for the rest of the week. Messed up sheets in the president's suite. I pawned your ring 'cause cash is king. Put it on black cha-ching. They said it's a waste of time, you'll blow your money, leave empty-handed. Well, ain't that funny? 'Cause I'm getting lucky with every hand I'm playing. Well, they were wrong when they said nobody wins in Vegas. They said it's a waste of time. Yeah, they were wrong when they said nobody wins in Vegas. You'll blow your money. Yeah, they were wrong when they said nobody wins in Vegas. They said it's a waste of time, you'll blow your money, leave empty-handed. Well, ain't that funny? 'Cause I'm getting lucky with every hand I'm playing. Well, they were wrong when they said nobody wins in Vegas.
Ladies and gentlemen, singer-songwriter Erica Sunshine Lee is on the program. How are you doing, Erica?
I'm wonderful. I'm in Key West sitting on the beach.
That's awesome. How's the weather there today?
81, perfect, not a cloud in the sky.
Wow. I'm in Myrtle Beach right now.
Oh, cool. I grew up going there every year. Actually, from Eldredge, it was about a 6-hour drive, so that was our vacation every year growing up.
Are you ever going to play the Alabama Theater in Myrtle Beach?
I'd love to if you've got some contacts over there. I've never played Myrtle Beach, and I've played pretty much everywhere else in the U.S.
Well, if I find out who the contact is, I'll definitely send it to you in an email.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Or any other venues out there, I'll come out there. I've done Charleston a lot. I've done Wilmington, but never done Myrtle.
Yeah, because they have a lot of country artists there. I think just recently the Oakridge Boys were there.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love the Oakridge Boys. We ate at Sarah J's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember going to the Freaky Tiki when I was definitely too young to be in there.
Oh, I'm sure. You started out at a young age singing, writing songs, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I started singing in church when I was 6, but I started writing songs about 12 years ago, full-time, went on the road, and been touring ever since.
And you've written songs for other artists. What was that like? Who was your favorite one that you penned a song for?
I guess I love writing with the Viper Creek Band in Australia. They're just awesome. But recently, I guess my favorite would be the Top 40. Mark Bray just recorded I Just Need a Drink.
Yeah.
And so he's a lot of fun. He's a really good guy. He just had his first baby. Him and his wife are just the sweetest people. And he's a Baltimore guy, but Nashville recording artist. And but I also love Preston Somerville. He just released 3 of my songs on his new EP this past week, and he has got like my favorite Georgia boy, down home country rock, real voice, just gritty and southern, and he's an amazing artist.
That's pretty cool. And you've worked with artists like playing shows with them as well, right? Didn't you work with Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top?
Yeah, I played with him in Las Vegas. He was pretty hammered that night, so we had a good time. It was a good time.
I love ZZ Top, and they're like on my bucket list to see. Hopefully I get a chance to see them. When I saw that you had got on stage and played with them, I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, it was epic. It was for sure like one of the highlights of my career. I mean, playing with him and played with Tommy Two-Tone. We sang Jenny together, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can die happy now.
That's awesome.
Because I started singing in a classic rock band, and so I'd been singing 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, or 9 for years and years.
Wow.
And then to actually be on stage with Tommy Two-Tone singing the harmonies, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a dream come true.
You were like, am I drunk? Am I dreaming this?
It felt like it. I couldn't believe it. And so I've gotten to tour with, wrote and toured with Wayne Mills before he got killed for years, and he was just such an awesome big brother for me when I first moved to Nashville. He took me under his wing, and when we just were 2 peas in a pod. He was outlaw and gritty and redneck and fun and loud. And so it was just like we were kindred spirits because he's a road dog too. And so we completely fit and wrote some songs he recorded on one of my albums. And then he just recorded my song Whiskey Bent and Jailbound we wrote together. And then he died before it came out. He got shot in Nashville about 6 years ago. So it was a horrible tragedy. But I was just being able to kind of run the ropes with guys like him and Eric Lee Bedingfield when I first moved to town, really introduced to some other people, and being able to write with those guys was really awesome.
Would you ever play with Jimmy Buffett? Because I've heard that you've been compared to Jimmy Buffett, like your new CD is like the female Jimmy Buffett type of sound to it.
It's funny people said that because I didn't grow up listening to him as much as I did outlaw country and old school country, and I loved 90s country and classic rock. So that was more of my influences. But I guess just being down here in Key West and touring a lot in the tropics, I've played in Australia and New Zealand and Fiji and Samoa and Hawaii every year for the past 8 years, 9 years. And Key West has become a second home the last couple of years. So my music obviously is about real life. So sometimes it's about love and heartache and partying and drinking. And sometimes it's about hanging out at the beach, And one night we had too many mojitos, and I wrote the song Mojitos, and it just was one of my favorites, and the crowd started loving it. So I recorded it on my last album, and I just thought I'll do like a fun, summer upbeat, no sad songs on the album. And then now, people are like, oh, you're like female Jimmy Buffett, which is funny because I named it Buried Treasure. And then 4 months later, he came out with a CD called Buried Treasure. And I'm like, Jimmy's ripping me off.
That's pretty cool, actually.
But I've never met him, and I would absolutely love to play with him. I've got several songs that I think would be a lot of fun to sing together. And it's an honor to even be in the same category. But, it would be a real treat for me to just meet him and to be able to play a song with him or hang out with him, of course. So more songs to come that are definitely going to be representative of the island life.
Right, because me and my wife were listening to Buried Treasure the other day, and we both said that, and we said that before I even read it in a review about you. I think it was on your website that they compared you to Jimmy Buffett, and I said to my wife, I'm like, she's kind of like a female Jimmy Buffett almost, and she's like, yeah. Because your songs are really fun, and upbeat. And what do you prefer, tequila or rum? What's your favorite one? Because you sing about both of them.
Much prefer rum. Definitely not a tequila person. Honestly, I sing about it, but I'm much more into wine and rum.
Yeah, I don't like tequila either. I've had some bad experiences with tequila.
Yeah, whiskey days are pretty much over too. So I've not really found a lot of hard liquors that agreed too much with me.
You have 8 CDs out now?
Yeah.
Now, out of all those CDs, which one is your favorite song that you ever wrote?
Gosh, that's a tough one because it depends on the day. I mean, some days if you're out on the beach and I find myself singing along to my own songs, and I get songs like I'm a Pirate or Mojito stuck in my own head. But I mean, drinking and praying's always stood out because it's such a real story, and it's such a, I guess, truth of redemption. And a lot of alcoholics in my family and people that have been close to me, I know that they've gone through the struggle, and a lot of people have beat it and some people haven't, and they're still struggling with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I'm a Christian, and I know that just through faith in God has gotten me through so much in my life, and seeing people overcome those struggles and addictions. I mean, we've all got vices we go to, and some people definitely, can deal with them more than others. But that hook just hit me. I was going to write a song with Kirsty Lovelady, and I said, what do you think about drinking less and praying more? And it started out as, praying less and drinking more, and it twists around because over time you kind of realize what's important. And sometimes, faith is the only thing that gets you through the hard times. And so I know a lot of people that have related to that. And when the DJ played it in Atlanta on the radio, he messaged me and said, hey, we got a caller. And she said, I hadn't talked to my mom in 6 years. I've been drinking. I totally turned away from God. And I heard this song, started crying. I called my mom. We don't even remember why we were fighting. So thanks for playing it. Wow. And so that just oh man, the reality of how many people that song has reached hit me. And so I wanted to depict the music video to just tell that real story of what really happened. And And so I'm glad that girl heard it, but she's not the only one that's come up to me at shows crying and saying, hey, this is my story, and this is what I've been going through, and I've really struggled with addiction. And so thanks for doing that, because I like the way that people don't feel threatened. And, even if they're not a Christian, and a lot of people struggle with it and they can battle it their own way. But for me, just being able to tell the story of how through Christ, I know that I've been able to see that there's more to life than just, even when times are tough and you can bury your hurt in the bottle, there's only so long until it floats. And so then you kind of come back to what's the meaning of life, and looking at overall, is it really, are we just here for this certain time? And so for me, I believe obviously there's more after this life. And so just try to live to honor God in what I do and what I sing. And sometimes it's party fun songs, but at the end of the day, that's where my heart is.
That's awesome. Now you have a brand new single out and a video as well. Nobody Wins in Vegas. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, that was one of the most fun weekends ever. We got to go to Las Vegas and shoot that at the South Beach apartments, and having friends in it obviously made it so much fun. But I was back up to writing the song. I was in Carmi, Illinois, playing a show, and I had to drive back to Nashville 5 or 6 hours to get to a writing appointment for Nick DeLeo. And I called him. I said, dude, the ferry, for some reason, Siri took me on a detour and said, you have to take this ferry. And I said, well, that's funny, because I didn't take a ferry to get here. Mm-hmm. So I had to put my car on a boat and float across the river to go back to Nashville that day. And I'm just cracking up because I said, I'm going to be a little bit late. I'm taking a ferry detour and it's taking forever. So at least I had some time on the way there. And I just was thinking about going to Vegas and, getting out of a relationship and kind of saying, screw this, I'm going to party. And so then when I got to Nashville, I said, hey, what do you think about this idea for Nobody Wins in Vegas? And he loved it. So we just sat there and started writing it right then, and we finished it up in about an hour or two. And I thought he was going to sing it, actually. I was writing it for him, and it sounds, like more Brothers Osborne, real modern pop country. Mm-hmm. And then I couldn't get it out of my head for like a month straight. I just kept singing it, and I was like, well, I'm going to play it at shows. So I started performing it live, and I couldn't get out of my head. And actually the one line was for Amanda saying, I saw her pretty pink polka dots moving my way. Mm-hmm. And so I told him, I was like, what do you think about this? And he liked it. So and the work tape is, I saw her pretty pink polka dots moving my way. And then when I was sitting, I think about a week or two later, I was thinking, I want to sing this. So I changed it around. So I saw the Ray-Ban Shade Man coming my way so that a girl could sing it.
That's pretty cool.
So I switched it around, and then I got Josh Mendez, my videographer. I said, hey, man, we're going to Vegas and shooting this music video. And so American Human Vodka was my sponsor up in Wisconsin. A buddy of mine makes this vodka up there. And so we had a good time. We had some bottles of vodka by the pool and ended up, going to the Chapel of the Bells for the final scene. And I mean, it was just iconic. The whole thing, going from casinos to the nightlife to the downtown strip to the pool party. It was awesome.
That sounds pretty cool. Now, is that going to be on an album that's coming out in the future, or is it?
Yeah, it's actually coming out on my next album, and it's getting mastered this week. So I'm really looking forward to it being done. I'm having an EP that's coming out, and the first one, I've actually not even announced the name, but it's going to be called Ready. And
Okay.
it's 5 brand new songs coming out on it. And then I'm going to have the whole album coming out on a disc pretty soon.
Yeah, well, by the end of the summer, or?
I am hoping by June. So we'll see. I'm going to probably release the EP in the next month.
That's pretty cool. Now, you're also an author. You wrote a children's book called Butterfly. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I've been wanting to write it for a long time, and I actually wrote the song years ago. And I just had this idea thinking, man, a lot of little girls and boys too, because it's not a gender specific book. It's just called Butterfly. But I think so many people out there limit themselves to the conventional ways of life. And for me, I grew up thinking that I'd, go to college and get married and settle down and have a corporate 9-to-5. But then I started playing music, and it just was completely different from what I thought my life would turn out to be, but it's been awesome. And I love my journey. I love to travel. It's been incredible meeting so many people around the world and doing what I love. And so a lot of people always tell me, that's so cool, you get to chase your dreams. And I just think, well, why aren't you doing it? Because everybody is not a singer. Everybody's not, able to travel all the time, but anybody can do what they love, and not always necessarily for a living, but even for your hobby. It's so many people, I think, are stuck in the mindset of, oh, I have to do this, or I have this certain routine, or I have this certain path in life I have to follow. But you're in control of your own destiny. And so I love the fact that kids reading this book can maybe see that, like, even if you can't physically turn into a butterfly, you can still kind of do what you want to do in life, and, obviously not hurting other people. But it just, to me, having the freedom to do what I love is, the richest thing I could ever do. So for other people to hopefully be inspired by that, I wanted to put that in a book. And Shin's Truong did a great job illustrating it, and it just got published a couple weeks ago. You can get it on my website, ericasunshine.lee.com, and I just got it carried in the Key West Island bookstore this week. So working on getting it into stores. It's available on Amazon, but if you want a signed copy, of course, you can order it from me directly on the website. And hopefully the kids can enjoy it as good an Easter present. Stuff it in the basket.
You know what? You just took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say that, And you got a lot of shows coming up, right, in the next couple of months. All the dates are on your website as well. If anyone wants to purchase tickets to the show, they can go to ericasunshine.lee.com as well, right? Right.
And I'm going to be all over the United States right now. I've got from California to Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, Wisconsin, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and I'm still going. So that's pretty much going to be all year. I'm nonstop. I'm always on the road and always writing music, and just keep rolling.
Erica, I appreciate you calling in today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And maybe when the new album comes out, you can come back on again.
I'd love to, and y'all keep me posted. And hopefully you share the music video. Y'all give it some love, put some comments out there, and see what you think about Nobody Wins in Vegas.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
All
Bye.
right. Take care. Bye-bye.
That time of the year, need to clean up some things around here. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's too much crap in this house, so for starters, I'm throwing you out. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm tired of lugging around this ball and chain. I want a little umbrella, but without the rain. Taking you to the curb, finally getting what you deserve. Don't try to call, boy, I'll be busy on a beach somewhere, drinking till I'm dizzy, finding myself somebody worth the time, who likes tequila, salt and lime. This ain't no break, but I know it's rough. It's a spring break. Don't sit around, try to change my mind. I bought a plane ticket past the Florida line. Whoa, 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 whoa. Looking for trouble somewhere in the sand. Gonna find myself something more than a tan. Whoa, 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 whoa. No need to talk it over, I'm already done. I got 99 problems, but you ain't one. Taking you to the curb, finally getting what you deserve. Don't try to call, boy, I'll be busy on but I know it's rough. It's a spring break. I'm going on a bender. Hey bartender, mix a little margarita up in the blender. Ice, ice, baby, going a little crazy, getting drunk maybe. Sorry if you hate me. I'm kicking you to the curb, finally getting what you deserve. Don't try to cobble it, I'll be busy on a beach somewhere, drinking till I'm dizzy, finding myself somebody worth the time, who likes tequila, salt and lime. This ain't no break, but I know it's rough. So I'm kicking you to the curb, finally getting what you deserve. Don't try to cobble it, I'll be busy on a beach somewhere, drinking till I'm dizzy, finding myself somebody worth my time, who likes tequila, salt and lime. This ain't no break, but I know it's rough. It's a spring break. It's a spring break. It's a spring break. It's a spring break. It's a spring break up.